Let's get some prize picks in today, guys. Last night's picks went 5-1, and honestly, you could see there was a bit of a sweat here on Cam Johnson, and Duncan Robinson once again messed up the entry. I even said in yesterday's video, not too sure about this one. If you guys want to fade, go for it. If any of you did fade, congrats if you hit the 6 flex. But the pairing here on Shea and Josh Giddey, no sweat at all. Very easy to hit. And then McCann and Hagel both hit in the NHL. So sorry about that Duncan Robinson pick. I do think I'm going to start avoiding him until he settles into the lineup a bit more, because he's a bit of a new addition due to Tyler Hero's injury. Other than that, I did manage to catch this 4 flex because of this OP reboot policy. I mean, I got to give Prizepicks credit where it's due. This is a really good policy. No other bookmakers have this. So when people do get injured in the first half and don't come back, we get the reboot, which is a DNP instead of an actual loss. I mean, on any other sports book, if you had Mark Andrews, it would have counted as a loss. So pretty good on that. Pretty happy with the day. We have been 10-2 in the past 2 videos, and before that I had like 2 days of a bad run. But before that I had like a 75-35 run. So pretty good, honestly. This NBA season have been absolutely destroying. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. We're gonna be the best NBA channel here for Prize Picks, Underdog, whatever it is. We have the best picks. So we're gonna get onto the board for today. I have 12 picks. So I'm gonna be doing 2 6 flexes. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be looking for some good value. And right away, when I see Washington play, I like to see Kyle Kuzma and Denny as a combo. I love the under 22.5 or over 22.5 and the under 4 assists on Denny. I mean, this line's normally set at 3.5. He has been going over 4, really, to be honest. But I do like the fact that they bumped his line up, so that makes me want to take his under more. I already took this line on underdog here, as you could see, because as I was recording this video, Kuzma was actually set at 21.5, and I was gonna say, guys, wait until he gets bumped up to 22.5, because he will, because every sports book had him at 22.5. Prizepicks was the only one at 20.5. Not sure why they kept him there for that long, but I do like this pairing. I'm not gonna take it for this video just because I just took it on underdog, and I have another 12 picks to go through. So if you guys do like this pairing on Kyle Kuzma under and Denny under assists, I do recommend taking it. It has hit 7 out of 10 times. It's always good to see. Now, I mean, since Paul George is right in front of our face here, this is going to be the first pairing we're going to go with. It's going to be Paul George under assist with Westbrook. Sorry, Paul George under points with Westbrook under assists. So this is a pairing I've been taking throughout the season. This pair has hit 8 out of 10 times. So I do like that. There is also a bit of juice on Paul George's under here at -120 rather than his over. So I do like that in terms of just an odds perspective. So Paul George, Russell Westbrook, under 4 assists. That is going to be the first pairing we're going to go with. The next one we're going to go with is actually Jokic. It's going to be all from this Denver, New Orleans Pelicans game. So it's going to be Jokic under 32.5 points. Jamal Murray is still not back, and Jokic has been tearing it up ever since he's been gone. But you can see they set this line right above where he hit it last game. So 32, I do like it at 32.5. I mean, it's pretty high. Jokic is not really known to be hitting these consistently over 35 points like this. Like, it's pretty crazy with Jamal Murray out. So we're going to go with that on the under 32.5 points. And his pairing is going to be Aaron Gordon under 4.5 assists. Now, this pair has hit 9 out of 12 times, so always great to see. And the last pairing is going to be from the same game, as I said. It's going to be Zion. I mean, these guys have not played together as much. I mean, who's injured between Ingram, Zion? A lot of games missed. So we're going to go with Zion under 24.5 points. I do like the value on this. So if you check his points, there is juice towards the under 24.5 rather than the over. So I do like that as the underplay. And we're going to be pairing this with Ingram. So when they do actually play together, which is pretty rare, 4 times I think it happened this season, they hit 4 for 4 times on Zion's under if Brandon Ingram's also going under, and vice versa. If they're both going over, they're both going over. So I do like this complete pairing. The spread in this game is at -5, if I show you just quickly. So the Pelicans versus the Nuggets at -5. I mean, it's not great when you're looking for blowout potential, but if there is, I mean, you're taking 4 unders from the same game, so it's always great to see. And we're taking the key producers of each team. So if this game does blow out, I do expect all 4 of these guys to hit together. Same with Paul George and Westbrook. I'm expecting these guys to hit together. So this is really a fully correlated slip. I mean, not much going over odds and stuff, but we're going to go with that one. I do like these pairs in the NBA. Some pairs are almost as strong as some pairings in NFL if you're thinking like Burrow and Jamar Chase, things like that. So we're going to go with that as the first entry. The next one we're going to get into is also a bit of a pairing. We're going to go with Trae Young over 9.5 assists. I was going to say they moved his line to 10, unfortunately, and I was going to grab him with actually Clint Capella on the over 16.5 points of rebounds, which they also bumped. So both these are bumped, and that's the unfortunate thing about filming this while I'm putting the picks in. A lot of these picks do get bumped because they are good value, so we're going to have to not go with this anymore. Trey has been killing it, but I don't like the fact that they bumped this line half a point on me, and when I was going to get at 9.5. So that was going to be the play. I was also going to pair it with another Hawks player, but I don't think they moved this line yet. Yeah, it was Murray on the over 28.5 PRA. So, I mean, these are very correlated, of course. This game, if you're looking at the Philadelphia game in particular, the spread's at -1. Now, I think Embiid was a game time decision, so that could affect the lines a bit. But when you see -110, that basically means 50% chance of Atlanta winning, 50% chance of Philadelphia winning. That's what you want to see when you're taking overs on a bunch of players. If this game's going down to the wire, these guys are all going to be getting a ton of minutes, maybe even OT, and all these guys could hit together. Now, the problem is, like I said, both Clint and Trey got boosted by half a point, so I don't love it as much, but I will stick with Murray because it was a good value pick on the OddsJuice dashboard. I'll just show you. I believe he was at like -130. Yeah, so -130 on Murray, 56.5%, and he did not get bumped yet. So we're going to keep that one there for the first pick. Second pick is going to be in the NBA first quarter, and I just cannot ignore this pick. It's Jordan Poole. I know this Washington team has been absolutely garbage this season, but there's a couple things going for this pick right here. The first reason I like this pick is because both Grimes and RJ Barrett are game time decision. I mean, I thought Barrett just had a migraine. I'm not sure why he's still game time decision, but he must be a bit more sick than that. Other than that, I do like the fact that the spread is at -7. And why do I like that? Because the Wizards are going to have to get onto a strong start in the first quarter if they don't want to lose complete momentum of this game. So if they do start off strong, they're going to get more confident throughout the game and sort of close that gap on that spread. So I do like the fact that the Wizards are going to have to come in playing hard, really, in the first quarter. And that is when, you know, all the starters are playing their most minutes. So I do like that. So in terms of the actual value on the pick, sportsbooks do have them at 4.5. We're getting them at 4 on Prizepicks. And I do always love getting these at 4 because that's 2 field goals pushes, right? And Poole, oh my God, I was looking at his game log. This guy he just chucks up threes. Look how many threes he's chucking up, at least 1 per game in the first quarter. Some games he's chucking up 5, 4, 2. So if he really is just chucking at least 1, hits it, hopefully he hits it. And then 1 free throw, 1 field goal, like very simple to hit at least that 5 and get that win for us. The push, I think this line honestly has a better chance of hitting than pushing because he really just takes a lot of threes. He's taking more threes than 2-pointers sometimes. So I do like this pick. 1 3, 1 2-pointer. It's looking pretty good on that over 4 on the first quarter points. Now we're going to go back to the NBA. That's going to be the only first quarter prop. The next one's going to be Jonas Valanciunas. We're going to grab him on the over 10.5 points. I'll show you the value on Valanciunas here. He is the top pick on the OddsJuice dashboard at 57.26% likeness to hit. And there's a bunch of other guys that I do like Jalen Brunson. Really good pick. But the thing is, a lot of these games have a bunch of game time decisions, and it's going to truly affect the lines once these guys get confirmed or not. Same thing with the Lakers game here. LeBron James and AD are both game time decisions. Like normally if both these guys are playing, I like pairing over LeBron James assists and AD points, but I'm going to have to wait until the lineups are dropped. Same thing with here. You see Cam Reddish under 1.5 3-points made. I don't feel confident putting this in yet without the official lineups, so I'm not going to be touching this. Same with Sohan Hayes. All these games have a bunch of injuries and game time decisions, so I'm not going to be messing with it. Same with Mace, right? So I'm going to go with Nurkic. So Nurkic is the only one where the lineups are pretty much set. Devin Booker is game time decision, but he's a green game time decision, meaning he's likely to play. So that's going to be the next pick I'm going to throw in the entry at -126, so 56% likes to hit. Very good on that. Zubac is also another one where the lineups are pretty set here. We're going to grab him on the under 10.5 points, and that goes very nicely with our under on Paul George and our under on Westbrook from the other entry. It's going to be the first 5, and we're going to end it off. We already have a push line in here, so we're going to end it off with a normal line. Could be Harry Kane here, under 4.5 shots in soccer, but this game starts in like an hour from when this video is posted, so I'm not going to put that in the entry. Instead, I'm going to go with Kyle Connor in the NHL, just because he's the next best value pick on the board. I know we're going to NHL here instead of NBA, but we're going to lock this in. You got to put value where value is and lock this in for 80 to 2K.